Under the bright lights of St James's Park, Manchester United's impressive unbeaten run under Michael Carrick finally came to an end. After 7 consecutive matches without defeat, the Red Devils suffered a painful loss against Newcastle United in round 29 of the Premier League. Ironically, it was a match in which the Manchester side played with a numerical advantage for most of the game, yet they still failed to capitalise on it. Instead, they were struck by a devastating late counter-attack goal that sent the home crowd into a frenzy. This defeat exposed several underlying problems in Manchester United's gameplay. Nevertheless, fortune still favoured them as their direct rivals also dropped points, allowing the team to maintain third place in the standings. However, if they hope to secure a spot in next season's UEFA Champions League, Carrick's squad will need to quickly rediscover their form after this setback. Before kick-off, Manchester United received encouraging news as 2 key players recovered in time to start the match. The only notable change in Carrick's starting lineup was a tactical adjustment at fullback, intended to limit Newcastle's dangerous wing play. The home side is well known for their speed and fluidity on the flanks, where attacking players frequently rotate positions to stretch opposing defences. However, concerns about Manchester United's physical condition soon became evident. Right from the opening whistle, Newcastle started aggressively and continuously applied pressure on the visitors' goal. The home side's midfield displayed tremendous energy and intensity, making it extremely difficult for Manchester United to build attacks from the back. The visiting midfielders were given very little time on the ball. As a result, they were forced to drop deeper to support the defence and wait for counter-attacking opportunities. Throughout the first 45 minutes, Manchester United struggled to create clear chances. Their most notable opportunity came from a close-range shot that unfortunately sailed over the crossbar, leaving their supporters frustrated. Just when the first half seemed destined to end in a draw, drama suddenly unfolded. A Newcastle player received his second yellow card after a controversial incident in the penalty area, leaving the home side with only 10 men. Surprisingly, however, Newcastle managed to take the lead shortly afterward. The situation began with a dangerous loss of possession by Manchester United in midfield, forcing a defender to commit a foul inside the penalty box. From the spot, Newcastle's attacker calmly converted the penalty to give the home team the lead, yet their advantage did not last long. In stoppage time of the first half, Manchester United found an equaliser. From a well-executed free-kick routine, the ball was delivered into the penalty area, where their experienced midfielder rose highest to head the ball powerfully into the net. That goal allowed the Red Devils to head into half-time with renewed confidence, especially since they still held a numerical advantage. The second half, however, unfolded in a completely different manner. Despite playing with an extra man, Manchester United struggled to create sustained pressure on Newcastle's defence. On the contrary, the home side showed tremendous resilience, organising their defensive structure effectively while waiting patiently for counter-attacking opportunities. In fact, Newcastle arguably produced more dangerous moments during the second half. Their rapid counter-attacks repeatedly placed Manchester United's defence under pressure, highlighting the visitors' lack of cohesion and growing fatigue. Recognising the unfavourable situation, Michael Carrick made several substitutions in an attempt to strengthen his team's attacking presence. Unfortunately, those changes failed to produce the desired effect. Manchester United's attempts on goal were repeatedly denied by Newcastle's goalkeeper, who delivered an outstanding performance throughout the match. In football, there is a familiar rule. If you fail to score when dominating possession, you may eventually pay the price. Manchester United learned that lesson the hard way in the closing moments of the match. From a swift counter-attack, a Newcastle forward displayed excellent composure before firing a stunning shot into the far corner of the net. The Manchester United goalkeeper had no chance, while the crowd inside St James's Park erupted in celebration. The dramatic late goal secured an emotional victory for Newcastle. Meanwhile, Manchester United left the pitch deeply disappointed. Losing a match while playing with a numerical advantage is particularly difficult to accept for a team fighting for a Champions League spot. After the game, Michael Carrick openly admitted that his team simply did not perform well enough. He refused to offer excuses and emphasised that the entire squad must take responsibility. According to Carrick, the issue lay in the quality of their performance rather than a lack of determination or desire. On the opposite side, Newcastle manager Eddie Howe expressed immense pride in his players. He believed the victory demonstrated the team's fighting spirit, especially considering they had to compete with 10 men for much of the match. One of Newcastle's standout areas was their midfield performance. The home side's midfielders not only fulfilled their defensive duties, but also controlled the tempo of the game effectively. Among them, Sandro Tonali delivered an exceptional performance both offensively and defensively. Tonali's impressive display has fueled speculation that he would be an ideal addition to Manchester United's midfield if the club decides to strengthen that area in the future. With his relentless energy, excellent ball control, and strong tactical awareness, the Italian international appears to possess the qualities that Manchester United currently lacks in midfield. For Manchester United, veteran midfielder Casemiro once again demonstrated his importance to the team. Despite making the mistake that led to Newcastle's penalty, he quickly redeemed himself with the equalising header before half-time. His experience and leadership remain crucial assets for the Red Devils. However, the defeat also highlighted several weaknesses within the squad, particularly the inconsistency of some younger players. Moments of hesitation, poor decision-making, and inaccurate passing occasionally placed the defence in dangerous situations. Despite the loss, Manchester United's position in the league table remains relatively secure. After 29 rounds, they still hold third place, as their direct rivals also fail to capitalise on the opportunity to close the gap. This means their chances of qualifying for the Champions League are still very much alive. Nevertheless, the road ahead remains long and challenging. With 9 matches left in the season, Manchester United must learn from this defeat and improve their overall performance. At the same time, the club's leadership will likely consider strengthening the squad in the future to increase depth and competitiveness. If Manchester United aim to return to the top tier of European football and compete strongly in the Champions League once again, they will need more than just individual moments of brilliance. What they truly require is a cohesive team, greater consistency, and the mental strength to perform in crucial matches. The defeat at St. James's Park may have been a setback, but it could also serve as a valuable lesson for the Red Devils as they continue their pursuit of success in the remainder of the season.